right.
I noticed that it picks up little bits of us, like in the whatever. Like it almost can see us breathing there. Anyways,
Not the greatest mic.
welcome to another episode of the Midnight Beer Review. We have another microphone, and it's...
But, you know.
And today we also have a new beer. The Hazer Tag Hazy IPA.
I like that it's got a little space guy on
From
it.
Odell Brewing Company. You'll see I pulled it out of my little koozie.
Yeah, well, right before we pushed record, I stopped and thought about it and was like, you know, Nick's got these very nice beer glasses that we just haven't been using lately. And
I have things.
they had it on the box, which we'll get to here in a minute. They just had them poured out in a glass, so I was like, "Well, fuck! Why aren't we drinking it in this specific style?"
People
Even
that can't pour good beers, watch in fear of my skill.
I think, yeah, yours got a little more head than mine, but I'm kind of
we could show
there,
them
you
off.
know, like,
we both get,
yeah, you did.
Look
you did better,
upon
but, like,
in fear of our beer pouring skills.
I didn't go for the hefty though.
All right.
That smells like soap.
You think it smells like soap?
No. It smells kind of soapy.
It doesn't smell like soap to me. It smells like
Like
smells like orange. Smells like orange.
Like a public bathroom kind of soap, casually over an IPA.
Definitely not getting that vibe. You've been getting that from the last 3 or so. I'm starting to worry about you a little bit.
You think I'm just smelling soaps?
No, I worry if hops taste like so. You know, people
No,
have the
I
cilantro thing where like
I haven't thought that they taste like soap as much, but this smells kind of soapy to me.
they don't really smell like soap to me. It just smells like citrus beer. Anyways,
Well, you know, citrus beer is
let's get into it, shall we?
a good soapy smell. That's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have a lot of a bitter to it by any means, which I was kind of expecting with a hazy.
But as hazy IPAs go, it also doesn't like... Well, the hazy's going to be less so than a regular IPA that bitter.
Mm-hmm.
They always are. This one definitely has a lot less of it.
But there's, like, almost no bitter.
Yeah.
It's just that little bit of... You know how sometimes they have a little bit of a metallic flavor towards the end?
Telling
It's
you...
just kind of like a...
harsh passion fruit taste.
Hmm.
This shit tastes like passion fruit to me.
Mm.
But yeah, it's for a 7.5, it's not very potent. You know, it's just a very like casual hazy IPA.
No, for sure. There's nothing like... Oh, it's just 7 even, but...
No. They'd be easy to put down.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Very light, you know, kind of like literally like orange gold,
see
basically.
It's like a light
yeah,
color even.
it's got that orangeness to it for sure. All right, so I'm gonna read the box. You know,
Yeah, give us a good box description here.
it's from Odell Brewing Company out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Hazy, tropical, and juicy. Game-changing haziness awaits in the galactic arena of hoppiness. Experience the rush that comes with the heart-pounding excitement of IPA innovation. Passion fruit, oh, see, there it is, and citrus notes engulf the palate in a dynamo of hazy hop goodness. Draw your phaser and see how you measure up in our latest game of Hazer Tag. And it's got
It's
like
not bad. It's
some little guys playing
playing
Hazer Tag on it.
I wish they hadn't literally written the same paragraph on all sides of the box.
All sides.
And on every can.
Every part of the box has that paragraph. It's crazy.
It's also, again, on the can, like... I don't think that was a silly enough paragraph to put it on everything.
So hear me out. As far as, and we haven't got a lot of IPAs until recently, and not a lot of hazy ones certainly. Even though it's missing what I would think makes it truly perfect in my mind, which is that it needs a little bit of that punch.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the rest of it. It's sitting at a solid 7.5 shitty arcade out of 10.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You know those horrible buildings where it seems like fucking every time you go to play laser tag, it's in what used to clearly be like a warehouse or something, and now it's converted to the whatever. And I'm like, God, they are always just so...
So honestly, when you said that, I was thinking arcade cabinets.
Oh,
like
really?
Like the shitty...
No, I was thinking
like
the
a shitty old
themselves.
arcade game where you were like playing as... Basically, it shows that guy on the cover, but instead you're just like a shitty
I'm talking
like
the
3D
outsides.
figure.
These big... beige, usually
I
warehouse
know exactly.
buildings.
Like the worst arcade you've ever been in.
Yeah.
7.5
of those out of 10 though. I'm feeling pretty good about this. That's my highest rating yet for ones we've had.
I'd say a 6.
Okay.
But just because there's nothing like crazy exciting about it. Like it's a solid beer. It's got a lot of like there's some interesting flavors in there, and it's gonna keep me going. But
see, I think by that metric, given how you've compared them before, I'd say like a 6.5.
No, I think if it gets a little bit more warm, maybe those bitter flavors will come through a little bit better.
Possible.
Maybe the passion fruit and citrus will come through a little bit more, and it'll have, you know, more of a full body flavor. But it seems like it's almost like it's not missing something because it is still a good beer, but I want there to be more in it.
But so you're currently 6 shitty arcades out of 10.
Yes.
Cool.
Because I'd like there to be more in it, you know?
Yeah. You want there to be more in that arcade. You're looking for maybe like a Tekken cabinet.
Oh, bro, I'm straight up looking for Mrs. Pac-Man, and it's not there, you know?
Miss Pac-Man.
You like Miss Pac-Man?
What a blast of the past.
We're drinking a beer called Hazer Tag.
We are?
And when I think of Hazer Tag, I think of Laser Tag, right? Would you drink...
No.
No? That's not
Why would you think of laser tag?
Because, you know, if this was like a L, like if you were to make this like a L, and it says laser
No, I mean, I see a little guy on the front with a laser gun. He's clearly playing laser tag with his friends, and the description, you know, definitely also alluded to that, but what makes you think that?
Well, you know, if you're trying to not think that, where would you drink this beer?
Would
I was gonna say
beer?
maybe you would drink it in like a laser tag arena because that's what they're
All
trying
right, so
to.
let me lay it out.
Personally, I don't think it would be as good in a laser tag kind of situation.
I don't really know what beer I would drink in laser tag. Maybe regular beers.
Space Campers.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like similar.
Yes.
Some of them.
Some of them, yeah. No, some
Not
of
all
them
of
are
them.
kind of clean, smooth.
There's a
slamming
million
kinda,
kinds of Space Camper
but
now.
also like the same kind of vibe. But I feel like Space Camper from Boulevard Brewing in Kansas really pulled that together.
It's better.
Again, I just feel like there's a flavor missing. And I don't know if I just want like more of a fruit or more of something out of it.
I think it's got a lot of flavors in it. I don't think there's anything missing.
It does have a lot of flavors. I just feel like it's a little bit of something more. And we're not through it yet. Maybe there's some more. But if not laser tag, then where?
Yeah, not laser tag for sure. This would be a great opening beer at a bar. To go in... If I'm going in to sit down at a bar and have like, you know, a couple of beers, maybe food, maybe not.
I even know perfectly. Fucking what's that? It's not necessarily a pizza place, but they do the beer flight kind of shit.
Old Chicago.
Yeah, Old Chicago.
Yeah.
This would be a great opener at Old Chicago.
That's what I'm saying, right? Something to have me like a little flavorful and opening stuff up. But not so aggressive that it's like sitting on my palate afterwards as I get into other things.
Perfect.
It's a good opener beer. I'm still sitting at that 7.5. It hasn't impressed me enough to be like one of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
But for what I'd be drinking it for, it is more or less ideal. I think it would also be a good beer as a... You don't want to session it during your games, but as a like mid thing in the intermission in the screen where you're with your boys drinking, kind of like before you get into the actual video game.
Yeah.
Be good for that too, because it has a strong flavor and carries it in the aftertaste forward a little bit without it being like bothering you, like, oh man, it's a bitter taste. But you're just like, oh, I can still taste that beer I drank like 15 minutes ago.
I think this is definitely the type of beer that goes with something, like an appetizer, some type of food.
It would be wonderful.
It's something that I feel needs to be paired with something else. It feels like
it'd be
I'm
super good with asparagus and like an ahi tuna, or perhaps like a leaner cut of steak or pork seasoned. Or potentially even chicken done a certain way.
This is the type of beer you pair with food. 100%. It's not. It is. There are fruity flavors in it, but they're not. It's not so aggressively fruit forward that you couldn't easily pair this with a meal. Honestly, the more I've been drinking it, was like a cheese.
You could do some cheese with it.
Because it's not aggressively like a stanky kind of thing, but like. Get like a stanky cheese to pair with it.
A little bit of a vibe with it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It has the vibe of stank, but it doesn't carry through with it.
No, exactly.
So yeah, if you had like a Stilton or something to roll through with that, that'd be hot.
Mm-hmm. It's the type of thing, for sure. But I don't know. I still sit at about a 6 on this one. That's a 6 shitty arcades out of 10 for me. What are you ending this one on? How many shitty arcades does this hold up for you?
I don't know. I'm thinking on it. Again, I've been at a 7.5 this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
If anything's gonna happen, I would probably roll it back to a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not putting it up the 0.5 to hit an 8.
No.
I'm sitting at a 7.25. That's where I'm ending this.
7.25. That's a 6. That's a 6 overall. I said it the whole time. That's a 6.
Alright, well, thank you for coming out to the Midnight Beer Review. We, as always, appreciate it. Check out our other YouTube videos and such things, and we will see you next time.
They'll be linked around